I am. I was 17 years old, alone on an extended train ride to tour a liberal arts college in 1997. Staring out of the window, occasionally drawing in my sketchbook, wearing headphones, and listening to Radiohead's OK Computer on repeat. I would describe my style as romantic, art house rebel, or for those not interested in the nuances of personal style, goth. Today's attire was no exception. White mohair sweater, long black A-line skirt, unintentionally smudged black eye makeup, mid-calf heeled black boots, and bob haircut. I remember feeling very much of myself comfortable in my own world. After a time, I removed the headphones, stuffed my belongings into a satchel, and started a walk to the food car. On my way, I passed a group of seats facing each other, bursting with four energetic guys, which I can best describe as college dudes. They were animatedly chatting about something, which I assumed was sports related or something equally unrelatable. After grabbing snacks, I returned to their car and immediately noticed that the dudes had oddly quieted down, not speaking except for like a couple whispers amongst themselves. This time, when I passed them, one said to me, "This is for you," or "This is you," and stretched out his hand, which was holding a small cutout black and white image. Caught off guard and unsure if they were making fun of me, I took the briefest of glances at the paper, not enough to process it, and said, "Thank you." I then continued to my car, keeping the same confident pace as best I could. And back at my seat, I took a breath and had a longer look. It was an image of a woman tilting her head and giving a toothy smile while wearing presumably only undergarments and a bizarre, perhaps fetishy rabbit mask. I didn't know what to make of it, and I didn't have the courage to go back and ask. I've been told I was ugly enough times by boys to not invite the thoughts of an entire group of dudes. I took a closer look at my own attire as a possible clue to this seemingly purposeful gift. I suppose a dressed up black and white ensemble could make one think of this black and white image. I liked the bizarreness of the rabbit mask. I questioned if I exuded a sexuality that others felt they were invited to respond to. I was a teenager and I had no idea how people saw me. As an adult, I mostly still don't. What I can assume now with 93% certainty is that this image was not a coded key into a secret society, which was one of my prevailing thoughts at the time. It was not a pact. We had no mutual understanding. It wasn't even an invitation. If it had been, I think they would have tried to find me again. This image was likely just how they saw me, and they couldn't help themselves when they happened upon the perfect image to personify this someone walking by. The image is now my silent contribution to the odd train stories never actually shared at dinner parties. Whether their intentions were pure, mean spirited, flirtatious, or neutral, it doesn't matter. I'm grateful for the gift itself and for the mystery, not the purpose behind it, which is ultimately unknowable and maybe gross anyway. Instead, when I look at this image, I like what I see. Rabbit woman doesn't exactly feel right. Let's say a human snowshoe hare. They were right. It is me. If ever I think I'm slipping into someone else's normality or my own despair, I think about this gifted image. It reminds me that I am noticeable, distinct, animalistic, curated, and I'm intrigued by the mystery of others from the safe distance of my internal world.